Here are the worst things we discovered about both actors as a result of the Johnny Depp vs. Amber Heard controversy. Let's face it, if the Johnny Depp v. Amber Heard trial weren't thoroughly documented, few people would have believed it. But in case you forgot, Johnny Depp sued Amber Heard for libel on the grounds that she depicted him as dangerous and harmed his lucrative acting career. The accusation, according to People, is based on a 2018 opinion piece. Heard wrote an essay for The Washington Post in which she hinted to the abs she had gone through but didn't specifically mention Depp. On the witness stand, Depp said he had not injured Heard. He publicly discussed his own drug usage difficulties and accused Heard of acting in the same way as she had. Several unsettling details about the volatile pair were exposed during the trial. In the courtroom, a video of Depp and Heard arguing was played, showing him acting aggressively. Depp can be heard yelling incoherently as he pours wine. "If you want to see craziness, I'll give it to you. I understand your insanity. You're all crazy." It then cuts to him confronting her after realizing she is recording the altercation. After that, the video is terminated. When questioned, Depp acknowledged that he was the man in the video, and that the scene was actually shot at his West Hollywood home. "And you would agree that you were violent in that footage, right?" asked Heard's attorney. Depp then responded, "It was clear that I wasn't enjoying myself. While attacking a couple cupboards, I avoided Ms. Heard." In addition, he claimed Heard had secretly taped him. Depp was challenged by Amber Heard's attorneys to demonstrate his explosive temperament. "You've damaged hotel rooms before just because you've had a rough few days and a poor experience," the hotel employee said. "Correct. I've attacked a few couches." Depp responded, "Yes, sir." They questioned him about whether he had said, "You have bad days, and some guys go play golf, and some guys destroy hotel rooms," in an interview. In jest, Depp retorted. He continued by saying that he didn't believe he was the only person who had ever done that in a moment of rage. Marriage therapist Dr. Laurel Anderson testified at trial in a videotaped deposition, saying, "He was triggered with Ms. Heard, and they got into what I viewed as abusive exchanges. I am aware that she initiated it and led on several occasions." She continues by saying that Amber spoke mostly. When Depp spoke, she would interrupt him, and she frequently started arguments. Although the therapist is describing verbal abuse, which can occasionally be worse than physical abuse, it also happened. She testified that Amber told her she would hit and hurl things at Depp when they disagreed. Angelina Jolie had advised Johnny Depp not to wed Amber in the first place. It's possible she already saw this side of Heard. According to Us Weekly, several extremely graphic text conversations that we can't post here were revealed during the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. These texts, which allegedly came from Depp to a buddy, talked about harming Heard violently. The text dominated the trial's conversation and even supported unproven accusations that Johnny had threatened Heard's attorney. During the trial, a picture of Johnny Depp's morning sustenance was displayed. 4 lines of cocaine and 2 glasses of whiskey were shown in the image. Some folks favor coffee over Johnny Depp. That was the situation in 2013. When the picture was shot and Johnny Depp acknowledged that it was his. "Isn't it happy hour anytime?" replied Depp, something like, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere." Both of these explain the booze, but not the illegal substance he allegedly used. According to Us Weekly, several extremely graphic text conversations that we can't post here were revealed during the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. These texts, which allegedly came from Depp to a buddy, talked about harming Heard violently. The text dominated the trial's conversation and even supported unproven accusations that Johnny had threatened Heard's attorney. During the trial, a picture of Johnny Depp's morning sustenance was displayed. 4 lines of cocaine and 2 glasses of whiskey were shown in the image. Some folks favor coffee over Johnny Depp. That was the situation in 2013. When the picture was shot and Johnny Depp acknowledged that it was his. "Isn't it happy hour anytime?" replied Depp, something like, "It's 5 o'clock somewhere." Both of these explain the booze, but not the illegal substance he allegedly used. Johnny reported that when he felt the heat on his finger, he experienced a psychological breakdown. All that is certain is that something extremely heinous occurred and that Johnny Depp did, in fact, type out these messages. Amber Heard may have had borderline and histrionic personality disorders, which are regarded as twin diagnoses, according to Dr. Shannon Curry, a forensic psychologist who had been called to the witness stand by Depp's team. Amber was in her care for 12 hours, and she also went over all of her prior medical data. According to Dr. Curry, borderline personality disorder is characterized by instability, and a lot of wrath, harshness toward those who are less powerful, and attention-seeking. She thought that Amber's actions were driven by a fear of abandonment and caused her to make things up or exaggerate a great deal of things, that she paints the picture she wants to see and looks best in. This is supported by Amber's claim that Johnny's witnesses were all unrelated paid-off workers. Kate Moss is not a person's employee and she is not at random. Making this up, though, does give her a better impression. Amber Heard would undoubtedly suffer greatly if this were true, but it is simply not. Heard wrote Johnny Depp 2 letters, both of which were displayed at the trial. Real love isn't simply about the wildness of desire or choosing the safety of serenity. Heard wrote to Depp in the first letter. No, having both is what matters. Furiously falling in love with your friend, it went on. It is arguably the thing that has astonished me the most, that I have seen in you the true bones of friendship and respect. But I still, of course, more than ever, want to rip you apart, devour you, and savor the taste. Fret not. She claimed this was a love letter. She apologized more in her second letter, saying, I'm sorry I sometimes go insane. I regret having hurt you. I'm like you in that when I'm hurt, I can be cruel. Whenever I get triggered, shattered, and I was last night. I had a sense that Lily Rose had abandoned me. You not coming home on my last night here completely confused me, and after numerous unsuccessful attempts on my part to correct the situation and make amends on the final leg of what was otherwise a beautiful journey with you, I was devastated and angry. He is the last person in the world who deserves to be harmed, she continued to write. Considering that the letters were written when the couple was in Australia and Depp lost his fingertip, it was a way for Depp's legal team to prove she is mentally unstable, and that she did in fact hurt Depp, not the other way around as she said.